Dave Margetts, you're the Green candidate for Sumners and Kingsmoor. First time standing, so firstly, why are you standing?
Well, I'm standing because I joined the Greens last year. Was at a charity event, a church charity event, quiz night, and I met the Greens and they asked me if I'd be interested to look at them and would I be interested in joining them. So I went away and thought about it, looked on their website, the manifesto, and I saw that actually everything they do is in line with my beliefs. So I joined and I'm glad I did. And from there I decided to stand as a candidate because I've lived in Harlow and worked in Harlow for over 47 years and I feel I've got a lot to offer on the council.
When you saw their policies, was there anything that stood out for you?
Yeah, well, there's so many. I mean, everyone thinks of the Greens of the environment, and of course we're about the environment, but there's everything else as well, the social issues, the police, the housing. There's so many good policies that the Greens have got.
And so you're saying it's not just about green issues. We're 40 metres from a pothole that way. We're 40 metres from a pothole that way. But also here in Millwoods, are you knocking on doors and speaking to people? Yes,
I've been knocking on doors. I've spoken to many residents in Millwoods and throughout the constituency, and the potholes are what everybody is mentioning. I mean, they're just driving here today down Southern Way. The potholes are huge, and as you said, Michael, the one just there.
But can you turn that into, some people would say, you've got a summer where at one stage it's 39 degrees in Harlow, and then you get torrential rain a period. It's not a big leap of faith to say that might be an environmental issue more than anything else, that you can keep patching them up and repairing them, but it's the environment. Is that where the Greens come in?
Well, it is where the Greens come in. It is an environmental issue, and if we can tackle the climate crisis, the emergency climate crisis, which has been proved, then that will help with the potholes because they'll be filled in and they won't keep cracking up as you said they would. So yeah, it is definitely.
What are you going to gauge as success on May the 4th/5th?
What we would gauge as success is if we can poll. Last year we polled nearly 2,000 votes. We've now got a lot of supporters. That was just in 10 wards. We're now in 11. We've got all of the wards, so anybody in Harlow can now vote Green. They have the opportunity to. And if we could get councillors on, that's a success.
Just a few more questions for you.
Course,
for example, on the edge of your ward, Sumners and Kingsmoor, you've got things like a big housing development that might be Sumners West. Have you had any thoughts on that at all?
Yeah, first of all, with the housing, there's actually a lot of houses in Harlow that are empty at the moment. The first thing to do is to, in our opinion, is to fill those. But then, of course, if there are new developments, we have new developments, but the new developments, they need to be sustainable. You need the infrastructure around the development so it's sustainable. So there's parking facilities, for example. I mean, you look at the streets are overcrowded with parking. You can't park anywhere. So we need to have the infrastructure in place for the growth of Harlow.
And people, you're knocking on a door, and people will go, you're all the same. Whatever badge you're wearing, you're all the same. What's your answer to that?
Well, we're not the same. We're a growing party. We are a serious party. We have serious policies, and we are now a viable alternative to the big two. It's not a wasted vote anymore, a Green vote.
You've mentioned a lot here. We're on film here, and this will be on our site on YouTube, etc. But if people want to find out a lot more and drill deeper into what you've been saying, where can they go?
Well, I've just given you a brief overview in this interview, but where people can go is go onto the Harlow Green Site website and look at our policies before May the 4th and then decide who to vote for.